it's quite interesting that since Penelope Pink and Holly Swag have held these tag titles, we've not been given an opportunity. And so I have to imagine that Lana Starr is working some sort of magic to keep us out of the title picture because she is scared.
Women's
I have
Wrestling
to imagine.
Talk, the number one women's wrestling network on the planet.
Bonjour. You're watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and today we have an amazing show and, of course, nothing but amazing guests. You have seen them on WOW clawing their way up the tag team ranks. Please welcome possible future WOW tag team champions, Goldie Collins and Katarina Jinx, Animal Instinct. How are you guys doing?
Doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Good. So we had Goldie on, I think it was a couple of months ago. And, there was a little bit of, we just wanted to know what was going on. And you reassured us, Goldie, that you guys are still a tag team intact. And here we have you guys together. So Katarina, is there anything that you want to, address in the, small absence of your presence in a couple of the episodes?
Absolutely. I mean, we might have been apart and away from view for quite some time there, but we are still a strong tag team. And I think our absence and our separation from each other on screen is just a testament to us as individual wrestlers and our strengths and how good we can be on our own and how much that just strengthens our ability to work together, and that we might be strong separate, but we are so strong together.
Okay. Well, let's talk about season 4. So season 4 is about to start September 13th, excuse me. So what can we expect from Animal Instinct?
You can expect exactly what we've been giving you and more. We are looking to take over this tag team division. As always, we are clawing our way to the top, as you said, and reminding people why we are at the top of the food chain here at WOW. We're not to be messed with.
No, and I think every single girl in our locker room just needs to be ready. We are coming for everybody. If there is a match presented to us, we are taking it and we will dominate.
And so that was the question. So we watched myself and I guess my tag team partner. We did a post show on the last show, and we noticed that you guys have been together for a long time, and you guys are a very dominant tag team. So what do you think you have to do in order to get the chance for that title?
We've been discussing this, and I think that it's quite interesting that since Penelope Pink and Holly Swag have held these tag titles, we've not been given an opportunity. And so I have to imagine that Lana Starr is working some sort of magic to keep us out of the title picture because she is scared. I have to imagine because there's no other reason that we would not be given that much deserved opportunity to fight for these titles.
Absolutely. And I mean, we have proven time and time again that we can absolutely bring such power to the roster and that we are deserving of these titles, regardless on where we stand with other competitors and other feuds that have happened through the season. We are a force to be reckoned with, and we deserve to have that shot.
Now with the tag team division, we also have seen you guys in single competition too. And again, when we spoke to Goldie a couple months ago, Goldie was expressing, getting the tag team and the singles. So who do you feel like is your toughest competition in the singles division?
I honestly find Tormenta to be an absolute powerhouse. I can see myself definitely having to work very hard to dominate her, especially in just the strength department. I might be fast and I might be extremely accurate with my legs and in my kicks, but I can see where with her power she could absolutely take me out with a few hits. So when I think about, since she as the current singles holder, the champ at the moment, that is something that in my own training, it is something that I have to work towards, knowing that that is my strength. And that is something that as a tag, Goldie is the powerhouse of our partnership. I rely on her strength and how dominating she can be. So we've definitely gone up against each other several times as part of training, just to see where we stand, because it is 100% that we have our own weaknesses, and sometimes those weaknesses are the other's strengths. So it's definitely not like always a one-to-one. Sometimes, she gets on me far more than I get on her, but it is not completely unequal. I find a way to get around her strength. She finds a way to get around my agility. So it's something that we are striving for, to find how we can strengthen those weaknesses, especially when we go up against singles competitors.
Yeah, if you'll remember my first season, I took on arguably everyone's biggest competitor, which is the Beast. And I think after that match, I kind of proved to myself that although, I didn't walk away with the win, I walked away with a sense of pride that I hung in there, and honestly, she had to hit me with 2 finishers to finish me. So, for that, I walked away feeling like, "Okay, if I can take on the biggest, the baddest, the Beast, I think I can take on any woman in this locker room." So, similarly, Tormenta is up there on that list. Also, looking at Reina Del Rey, someone else who has that big, strong powerhouse mentality. She's such an enforcer, and I think this match she recently had with Tormenta and some of the matches she had prior versus Classmaster, have reminded us that, she just is not to be messed with. So I think folks like that are who I look at and I go, okay, so maybe I need some of that agility that I learned from Katarina that I can use to say, I'm not going to be overpowering you in the same way I am much of the other, locker room folks. So I think those are some of my bigger competitors.
And now, speaking of Tormenta, I think a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, she was injured, and we haven't seen her since. So, is there any word on her injury, as far as is she okay, or is there going to be, some breaking news coming up in season 4?
Yes, so we've been told from officials and the company that Tormenta is healing up. She is doing well. She is on track to, re-enter the ring. And she is, at this point, to our knowledge, will be making a return here in season 4. So I think just kind of stay fingers crossed, sending her well wishes in terms of, health and her return, because obviously we want to end our competition, but it's always pretty tough when there's, career risking injuries involved. This is a serious, combat sport we're doing. And so we have to kind of keep that in the back of our minds that this is very real. And it's a risk stepping into the ring every single time.
Exactly.
And so now, behind the scenes, what's the one thing you both love about being part of the WoW locker room?
I I do love, like, there's nothing as empowering as getting into a company and all of your competitors are strong women who every single one of them brings something different to the table. And even though we don't all see eye to eye, and we definitely have our differences, it is such an an amazing feeling walking in and just having that energy. We're all strong in our own way. And I mean, how exciting to have an all-female wrestling team. I mean, you can't beat it. There's nothing like it. And to be the center of everything, and we don't have to compete with anybody else. It is us. And we're not going up against men, or we are the center of the attention, and that is an amazing feeling. 100%.
Yeah,
Now,
similarly, I mean, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna agree. I think it's so exciting being a part of such a diverse locker room that uh, empowers women.
And so, we got a little bit of your backstory, Goldie, as far as how you got involved with WoW, but I believe this is your first time on the show, Katarina. So talk about, how you got involved with WoW, and then, your tag team makes sense, but, how did that all happen?
Absolutely. So I got a call one day saying, you have an audition. And I went, because I come from a stunt background. I was a dancer, and I really had no background in watching wrestling. It wasn't something that was played in my household or anything like that growing up. I think my only experience with wrestling was seeing The Rock in movies, um, or watching the theatrical TV show Glow, and I thought that was a blast.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the audition came, my agent really didn't tell me much except the fact that it was Glow. And I went, oh, the TV show. Oh, great. So I went thinking it was, they were looking for stunt people. And lo and behold, it was not that. But the moment I stepped into that square circle, it was just changing. It was life changing. I immediately fell in love with it. It is so different than anything I experienced in a theatrical setting. And I'm no stranger to contact sports. So it was like, oh, I'm blending so many things I love into one, and I fell in love with it instantly. Yeah, and being a singles competitor, I loved doing singles in the beginning. I feel like I found a good stride and a footing, and I really started to understand myself. But having Goldie there, like, we didn't really have much interaction in the beginning. We started at different times, and then we came, and then I started in 2019, the pandemic hit, so I never debuted back then. So when I came back, I had a little bit of experience from that. And Goldie was coming in, and we didn't really interact much. There really wasn't a need for it. So as we were training and as we were discovering who we were, we found this gravitational pull essentially to one another, and this instinct that it was just meant to be, and how well we just fit together just happened rather naturally. And now I don't know what I would do without her.
Oh, so I mean, obviously, we have Goldie with Alexander. Do you have pets, cats? I'm assuming cats, but I might be wrong.
Yes, I have a cat and a dog. I didn't have a dog originally. I had a cat when we first started, and Goldie and how we just blended together just made me go, I feel like this is not just an abnormality with us. So when I introduced my dog into the mix, it was like how Goldie and I are. They are so very different and so similar. And anytime we have Alexander in the mix, it's chaos, but it's amazing. But no, I have a little Sphinx cat. His name is Little Louis Cypher. He is a monster. A little 12-pound monster who wants to eat me, but also wants to cuddle on me all night. But no, he's my little angel in demon form.
Are we going to be getting any appearances? Because I know Alexander had appearance your first season, Goldie, but we haven't really seen him since. So are we going to get any animal appearances in season 4?
We'll see if they, reach out to his management and get him on the show. I don't know. They seem to think that just because they've asked me to come, that Alexander's going to come along. And while we do have an inseparable bond, sometimes I gotta convince him that, hey, do this for me, I do a lot for you. You know what I mean? But hopefully we'll see him, and we'll see little Louis Cypher, and all the true members of the pack will get to be together once more.
Yes. And now, I mean, typically you guys film in California, but this season
Yeah.
you are in Vegas. So, going to wrestling shows myself, like it feels like every state and even every country has a different set of fans. So, what was it
Mm.
like filming in Vegas?
What an energy.
Yeah.
What an energy, because it wasn't just our fans there.
Hmm.
And I think that's what we're going to see a lot of in this season, especially going to Vegas to really expand on filming and seeing everybody, is that we're going to not just see our fans there, but we're going to bring in people who are just passing by, and they're going to go, what is this?
Hmm.
And I think that is an amazing thing, to find fans through that by chance, happening.
Hmm.
Which is such an energy, because it's one thing when you have people in the audience who understand wrestling, who've watched it, who enjoy it, to then have somebody who doesn't know anything about wrestling walk
Mhm.
up and go, I am seeing this for the first time, or maybe I've
Yeah.
seen it on TV, but I've never seen it live. And I think the energy is just going to be out of this world.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think the fans are they it's Vegas, so everyone's a little bit more boisterous and you get a lot from those fans. So it was nice to have our fans mixed with new fans, mixed with people who don't know what's going on, but they see the bright lights and the pretty colors and they say, I'm sat. So it definitely is like a much more alive feeling experience than what the venues I've been in before. Audiences feel closer, even though they're not it's
Hmm.
still the same setup, if you will, but it definitely feels a bit more,
Alive.
tangible and just, yeah,
Hmm.
alive.
The energy is crazy.
Mhm.
Now you guys are a part of almost like a sorority of sorts. So WoW is honoring 40 years of women's wrestling in Vegas from Glow to today. Being a part of this current generation of WoW superheroes and kind of looking back, because you can kind of look back on YouTube and even talking to people like Jungle Girl, etc. What does that mean
Mhm.
to you? And then, what do you hope for, I guess the next 5, 10 years for WoW?
Oh, goodness. I mean, what an amazing opportunity this is, not just for us, but David McLean as well, being able to go back to our roots in a time where WoW really is taking over. We really
Hmm.
are finding our stride and reaching an audience on such a level that for us has never really been seen until now. I
Hmm.
mean, we're on so many different platforms. You can find us so many places. Everybody has a way to watch us.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like and especially with the multi-generational wrestlers still being involved, like we still see
Yeah.
Jungle Girl. She comes to hype us up. She's
Hmm.
there as an advocate for us. And having Selena there, I mean, the OG
Hmm.
of WoW. I mean, it is it is such an honor to walk in the future of some of these past women who set the stage for us, honestly.
Yep.
um where would we be without them? Like, they were the trendsetters for it. And so especially it being the 40th year, the 40th anniversary,
Yeah.
what an exciting way to kind of go into this next season, knowing all of that, and moving forward. There is a little bit of that pressure, a little bit
Hmm.
being like, well, it's been 40 years, don't blow it. But I think we Animal Instinct, and then the entire locker room, there is just an energy that we are so ready for this and ready to see where the future takes us.
And then, so now tell me about, so you mentioned Animal Instinct. What sets you guys apart from all the other tag teams?
Oh. I mean, I think our bond sets us apart. I think the only people who maybe could understand a fraction of what we have would be the twins. They were born with a certain twin instinct that I think Katarina and I naturally have. I think that we are incredible athletes, and on top of that, incredible showmanship, like showmen.
Mhm.
And so we are just so entertaining. And while you're watching us, you may love us, you may hate us. I don't know why you would, but
You hate to love us.
yeah, or you hate to love us, either way. But I just think that we have a really enticing and intriguing chemistry that
Mhm.
people see and say, I want to see more of that. It's the yin and yang, it's the balancing of the two sides, that duality that we have. And I think if one of us isn't your cup of tea, the other one might be. And so yeah, we really just speak to a wide audience in the way that some of the others are very niche and they have their thing and it's focused and they're the ones. I think everybody, can find something within Animal Instinct that they relate to.
Now, if fans could take away one thing from Goldie Collins and Katarina Jinx this season, what would it be?
I think it will honestly be that we will be unrelenting. We are not going to let anyone off the hook in our roster. We are coming for all of them. We will not leave a single stone unturned. If a match comes to us, we are going to accept it and we are going to dominate. And we're going to do everything we can to get those belts this year.
Absolutely. We will continue to be the gold standard, to raise the bar, and to be the golden achievers of WoW. We are here and we've said it once and we'll say it again that you should consider us a sign of danger. We are Animal Instinct.
There it is. One last question. I know I asked you this, Goldie. Katarina, what is your schedule like with animals and training? What does a typical day look like?
Oh my goodness. Every day is an adventure with my monsters. Owning a Sphinx cat means that it's constant grooming. They don't have the ability to groom themselves properly. So every morning starts with a bath.
Okay.
He gets bathed in some way and then it's on to training. He is a very smart cat. He knows sit, he knows stay, he knows fetch.
Okay.
And he goes everywhere on a little leash, and I have a little pouch that I take him with. Whenever I go somewhere, he's at my side. He's my little demon that goes in a pocket.
Well, there it is. I'm so excited for a season 4 that's coming. For you guys who don't know, you guys should be following Animal Instinct. We'll start with you, Goldie. How can people follow you?
Yeah, you can find me on all social platforms at Goldie_Collins_wow. And as always, you can find us and how to watch us on wowie.com.
And you can find me at Katarina Jinx_wow and CatJinx_wow on X. And yes, you can find us on WoW, Women of Wrestling.
There it is. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you guys for watching. I am definitely looking forward to season 4. My name is TK Trinidad. You can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. And make sure you check out Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms at www.talkpod.com. Thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.